Hey, here's Joe again, and welcome back to Stasis Bone Totem, where we've just activated our friend Moses, the friendly smart bear, and have just solved his first puzzle and can now enter the next place through this grate. Okay, we just passed the door. That easy, huh?
I'm in the control room.
Good work, Mose. Now, can you find an access point and override the security lock?
Am I allowed to do that, Charlie?
We're giving you permission.
Can he do that?
Yeah, he can. I've, kind of improved his design. He's a very smart bear now.
I am a very smart bear now.
Morbidly, it seems the staff were abandoned along with the facility. A thin film of dirty water coats most of the floor, perpetuated by the occasional drip from the ceiling. Okay, there's a terminal up there. We're gonna look at that soon enough. Numerous clumps of paper lying on the damp floor, slowly congealing into soft mush. There are a series of work terminals and readouts, from long-range and local communication to weather readouts and structure integrity reports. But unfortunately, only one seems to be powered. There needs to be something above that I can't read now. A corpse. The humid air has resulted in the skin being pulled taut to the bone. The back of the chair is visible through the bullet wound. A body bag. Of course there's a body bag here. The enthusiastically barred door hints at the size of the facilities within. Yeah, that's a big one.
I am Moses. What is your name?
Moses found another body.
Getting a really bad feeling here.
Just a little further.
Okay, let's look at this. Okay, there's some metal pins on here. Screwdriver doesn't help, but we have the magnet. That might help us pull our stuff out. No. We could also use the straight rod. Nope, none of these helps us pry stuff out of here, but we have this in the back of our head to do that later. A sentry gun. Fire targets identified by its genetic sensors. Oh, yeah, but okay, yeah, we read about this sentry gun in the other guy's stuff, but how is there something up there? There's something up there that I cannot look at. Tubes. Steel tubes carry data cables and control signals to the rest of the Deep Sea 15 ocean platform. Okay. Look at the terminal. Cayne Corporation, tomorrow's future today. What? Oh, we have like long-range access to stuff like that? Security lockdown.
Connection secure. Firewall override. Access granted.
Improved. I see what you mean. He's actually useful now.
Mac, please be nice.
It's a damn toy.
Not to her. He wasn't.
Exterior and interior bulkheads are cycling pre-checks. Please be patient.
Mag doors are gonna open.
Okay, sentry gun is active. Probably not a good idea. Yet.
Guns are not toys.
Okay. Okay, depleted power cell has been All things in the world need batteries to work, but do not put them in your mouth. And we get another depleted power cell. Okay, that was weird. Okay, something was wrong with the screen before. Okay, and we have to put another battery cell there once we have a functioning one. So the sentry tower is deactivated. Okay, body bag next. What's you? Freaking heart still beating.
Children should not try this.
Yeah, it doesn't have a real heart, but I do have a brain. I don't have a real heart, but I have a brain. Okay, there's nothing else here that we can interact with for now. There's this corpse. Okay, let's look at the PDA. Donald Bigged. Oh, that's the captain. That's Captain D. You will make all indulgences to our representative Baron as if he were Cayne himself. Okay. As of 8 o'clock, okay, to the crew. The mule has initiated quarantine. Supplies and water will be rationed. So listen up, fuzz nuts, if this is your first quarantine experience. Crockery only gets washed once per day after evening show. One flush only. Get used to the shitter smell or pucker up. You get one fresh water shower a day. I have never heard the word crockery. I have never heard that before, but that means toilets. Apparently from the... yeah. After evening, one flush only. Okay, yeah. You get one fresh water shower a day. I'll be keeping an eye on the meters. Okay, that's nice. One fresh water shower a day. That's more than I would have guessed when you actually need to ration water. One meal pack per employee, company or commission per shift. These restrictions do not apply to corporates. We'll adjust rationing to accommodate their schedule and proclivities. I'll be hassling the mule for updates on how long this will last. Hopefully it's only a drill, like last time. It's been 3 weeks since the lockdown quarantine bullshit started. Someone really humped the bunk. I miss you, Yvette. I hope you're safe down there. Okay, Yvette. Yvette is his girlfriend who is down there, where we will go at some point. 25 days in, still no updates. To the crew, the banging and shouting you've been hearing over the last hour would be the unannounced arrival of a SEC team. The ship they arrived on, the Sebastian, is moored to the DS-15 Dock 5, which is out of bounds. Do not screw with these guys. They stormed the facility like they were raiding a goddamn drug lab, and had itchy trigger fingers for anyone standing in their way. These war chickens are taking orders directly from corporate, and the rest of us are just in the way. I'm available if you have any questions or concerns, but keep your eyes open for GD's sake. For God's sake. Why do you have to censor the word God? What the f... Keep your distance. Keep it together, Dawn. Your crew needs you. Yvette will be fine. To the crew, I've got more bad news. The weather service has alerted us to a mother of a large shitstorm approaching our mobile Chernobyl from the southwest. Our own ping jockeys predict we've got about 9 hours before it hits, so tend to any hatches and bullheads. You know the drill. Get those supplies strapped down or brought in and make sure... all the way out there, there's a lot of supplies, and they didn't bring them in. Interesting. Strapped down or brought in, make sure your assigned cargo has been maglocked. I want everything to be shipshape. Let's not take any chances here. The storm looks like an angry one, and the grunt work will help us keep our mind of things. 49 logs erased. Attention, with the storm rocking in 2 hours, we were giving them... There's 49 logs between this, which is 9 hours before the storm, and this, which is 2 hours before the storm. So he did 49 log entries in these 7 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy a lot. That's crazy a lot. Attention, with the storm rocking in 2 hours, we were given the marching order. Pack up your shit and get to the dock 5 in 30 minutes. No exceptions. Move it. Cayne's reign. Someone at HQ didn't want us talking and flipped the kill switch. All outgoing net functionality is dead, with a single exception, Cayne Luna. It's the only place our hardware is talking to right now. By the looks of it, it's a hell of a conversation. Mule comms are still good, but our broadcast blackout means they are also cut off from the rest of the world. I'm starting to think that's the point. The mule hardline died. No more chatter from Cayne Luna. Screams from maintenance. Part of me regrets not boarding the Sebastian when it left, but I couldn't abandon my crew or Yvette. It's nice to have her close, even like this. I'm pronouncing her like the usual name Yvette with the Y in the beginning. And I'll just keep to that, because that sounds like a name and not like Avid or whatever you might call it. I think it's Yvette. It's nice to have her close, even like this. I keep wondering if I could have saved her if I'd fought my way down earlier. Rationally, I know they'd have shot both of us. But maybe it would have been better to die together instead of just finding her too late. I'll meet my maker soon. Waiting is agony. I'm just too tired for it. But I think it would have been nice to watch the fireworks with her. To sit together one last time before everything comes crashing down. Listening to our hearts beat in tune as we join the Nexus. This time I don't think I missed any hints in there. I think I've interacted with everything, so we need to give this a new energy cell. And the thing that has an energy cell is this. And I think I'm gonna just rip the energy cell out of this. Could be ripped clear of the juicy bits, yeah?
What is it?
Separated the power source from this heart. Was completely embedded into the meat.
Wash your hands, Mac.
Who said that? Moses said I should watch it? I can feel the electricity buzzing from this whatchamacallit call it. Okay. Give this to her. What else does he have? Straightened draw. A depleted power cell. Okay, her. She has this. And this looks like something. We want to put something there. Okay, whatever. So she also takes this and combines the depleted power cell with the power thing. Nope, that's not how it works. Can you use the screwdriver to do something here? Disabled security implant. I'm sure that's not blood. Yeah, it's only ketchup. Okay. Security implant, combine.
That actually worked.
What did you do, Charlie?
Just mimicked the sound of a human heart to get this security implant to work. Nothing big.
So smart, Charlie.
I see why you keep him around.
Can now be used to gain access to restricted areas on this platform. However, it appears that the remaining power is limited to singular use. Which means we're going through the one door we have. Oh yeah, security implant required. Yeah, I would have seen that if I had walked up to the door again. 6666. Okay. I'm sure Meg can charge this power cell. Okay. This magnet is strong as heck. Okay. Meg. What a useless door locking mechanism. The best screwdrivers have comfortable handles. Unfortunately, this is not one of them. I'm fixing to pack a dolphin clean in the noggin. I'm fixing to pack a dolphin clean in the noggin with this beauty. What are you speaking about? What am I going to do with an empty power cell? Okay, we have the only thing which we can charge cells with, and that's this one. So you go here. But we need this. Magnet? No. Straight rod? No. So this is where we charge this. What? Didn't turn them? I'm trying to turn them. Sometimes stuff disappears out of my hand, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, we need cables of some sort. We only have these 3 things. So magnet, combine it with the rod. No. Can you... Trying to combine everything, which is... Oh, yeah. That's an uncomfortable handle because there's some wire wrapped around it. We should rip that right off. Okay. Was not a bad idea, honestly. Okay. We're supposed to charge this. We cannot because this doesn't work. We know that this is somehow weird. Like this whole station is somehow weird because it sometimes doesn't work as intended. So we're just double and triple clicking everything here. It doesn't work because we need a fuse. We take the fuse out of the goddamn thing that we put it in before. We don't need it there anymore. Because we don't need to enter that place anymore. So we can take the fuse out of here again. Ah, okay. I clicked it 5 times and at the 10th time it worked, or what? Okay, we got the fuse back. Okay, some of these puzzles require multiple clicking on the same thing and then it like suddenly works. I'm not a fan. %. Yeah. And that blew the fuse again. We have a charged power cell and give me the fuse. Give me the fuse. Give me the fuse. Give me the fuse. Fuse or whatever. It feels warm like hope. Sometimes Mac puts a magnet on my head to hold his beer. That's a good idea. This is a metal stick for reaching under chairs so Charlie can retrieve toys. Okay, that's if something is... Okay. Okay, we're going to use on self. Okay. Was a good idea. Okay, activate the sentry gun.
Something has activated behind me. Something colourful. Hope loved colours.
No target data. Oh, what the fuck. The holo table. A ghostly visage floats in silence above the holo table. It appears to show a man-made structure on the ocean floor. It doesn't change anything here. We have no target data. This will not work. That's not what I wanted to do. That all doesn't work. We're back to square one. Like the problem is we don't have any biomaterial anymore. We could get some though with this or this. That doesn't work. And we want to fix that biomaterial here. But that's not how it works. Like we want to fix the biomaterial here and then we want to give the sentry gun orders to take that. Maybe we're just gonna go back to the PC. No, apparently not. Did we have anything else to integrate? Yeah, we're gonna interact with that painting. There was a weird painting that made no sense, like that had no purpose over here. That's just a PDA. And that's the only other interactable. But we cannot use items in there. But we have two things here. That roster, other interactable. Nothing here. We can probably learn something from the pool stuff, but not now. Like there's no need to do anything else than just go back in. We need to figure out something else somewhere else. We reactivated this. What did that change outside? Okay, it's apparently that this doesn't work. So probably her.
If I could just shift all these pins over. Maybe a magnet?
Didn't I? I tried the fucking magnet on this. This is the first thing I tried. But I didn't put it to the left. I didn't put it to the left. I tried it on the middle of the thing. Okay, that's super stupid. Clumps of dried viscera still cling to the ground, the sight and scent of which make your primal instinct spike. The hope that the splatter was caused by a dropped corpse is hardly comforting, but the alternative is too terrible to consider. Putrid excretions have stained the canvas sheet. Oh, we had the diving bell. Oh,
Jesus. I got two more bodies here.
Like the ones upstairs?
No. No, these are worse. And they're in body bags.
I'm getting really close to calling this, Charlie.
It's just bodies in body bags. Okay, we could go through that gate in a second. Dark water. Dark shapes occasionally brush against the underwater lights, only hinting at their size and form as they slide through the water.
Wow. The diving bell? It's huge. I mean, this thing can take an enormous amount of pressure.
How far down do you think they were going?
With equipment like this, deep.
Deep, very deep.
Very deep.
Like Marian Trench deep. Like by the looks of how big this is. Okay. Elevator diagram. There's a bell and you let it down. Good diagram. That's completely useless. And we have a terminal. The immense apparatus hangs in the air, supported by the groaning arms of metal latticework. It's locked, of course.
Can you hack that?
Not by myself. Moses, I'm gonna need your help here.
My Charlie.
A blank data disk. I didn't realize they still use these old disks anymore. However, I do know they can hold a tremendous amount of data. It's a blank disk though. We're gonna look back at that later. Undersea lamps illuminate the water surface, shards of brightness flickering at the tips of the waves. Still beyond the few feet, visibility is consumed by the abyssal darkness of the ocean. The sounds of waves lapping at the edges of the walkway echo through the room, while the intermingling sense of salt and rot empowers a sense of claustrophobia. A diving bell hangs suspended over a moon pool, the water an iris to the bell's pupil in the middle. The steel wall is curved to mirror the interior, a metallic cage to confine whatever may emerge from the deep depth below. That's not what it's here for. Okay, we can go up here for no reason. Good to know. We have another gate to go through. And yes, it's always a lot of clicking. And you don't hear every click, but
what
it's
the hell?
Always built.
This isn't an oil rig, Mac. It's some kind of lab.
That's not a human head.
I see it. It explains why there's no AIS. Yeah. They're operating off the grid out here.
But why?
The wall tiling brings to mind the type of rundown laundromats found in seedy parts of town. Whoever worked here seems to have left in a hurry, leaving papers strewn and specimens abandoned mid-analysis. We look at the PDA in a second. Here's a skeleton report. A row of transparent dividers separates this room from the next. While they do like a little to bar entry, they convey that only those with valid credentials or equipment are permitted beyond. Both the walls and floor are covered in thick padding, presumably to offer protection to any valuable or fragile items of interest brought in for study. Unfortunately, leaking waters has soaked into the padding, and sounds and sensation of walking across are not pleasant. Can I walk that way? Yes, but later. Okay, the report on skeleton. That's not a human. Yeah, look at that brain. Like that shape even. That's a bone fragment of something. That looks weird. This is not a human. Body is riddled with insect bites. Several residual... Some sort of binding on the bones has been noted. This binding has to be the cause of some increased something. 180. This might be a clue.
Mac, look at this. It looks ancient. Like a fossil.
And not human either. I like this place less and less.
Okay, this is Dr. Elspeth. Oh my god. Who would employ such a mad looking person? Like, look at... What the fuck? Never. I'm slowly growing accustomed to my condition following the unfortunate incident. Okay, it might be a condition. In many ways, the noose hanging over my head has sharpened my intuition and emboldened my drive. I'm beginning to accept that it was a necessary catastrophe that allowed me to push beyond my previous capabilities. The downside is that I have no one to consult on scientific matters. The other research staff here dawdle in minor work, while the rest are goons trained only in manual labor. My closest peer is the occult expert Baron. Still, we are forbidden from addressing him directly or making eye contact, which is a ludicrous authoritarian move. Still, even in isolation, I have ideas. I've been thinking about how I can turn this course of mine into a boon. I'm curious to see how it would affect other biomatter. Watching the cook sit at the edge of the platform and fish give me an idea of what I could find where I could find suitable test samples. Yeah, she tried to do something to the fish. I may not have access to that sexy mule research, but my position affords me some perks, including shared samples. I've been analyzing a fascinating sample from Alpha's old Sheila project. Based on the generated model, its vestigial organs appear to have no use. The eyes were hollow sacs of fluid and the legs were of different sizes, but Sheila is not the Holy Grail. It is merely an evolutionary stepping stone. The Pteropedia Sakalinensis 139 is our salvation, but remains beyond my grasp as a mere Cayne supplicant. Sheila is the thing in the last game. Like something they created ? Or studied upon ? That went totally rampage. I think, if I remember right. Mr. Darren, while I understand that Kurt Darren, that proper procedure must be followed, your ignorance threatens my research and well-being. Unfortunately, corporate is currently preoccupied with organizing the Omega construction, so I'm forced to debase myself by going through you to obtain my injections. Don't confuse these for some farcical dietary supplements. Without them, the nanites in my blood would corrode my bones to the point of shattering, after which the same nanites would perpetually rebuild the shards into increasingly hideous forms. It is not a pleasant experience, nor one that correlates with a lifelong expectancy. If my calcium injections aren't on the next shipment, I will ensure that your contract is terminated and your mother's thrown to the gutters. Label these as the highest priority. My life and your continued employment depends on it. And he got 2 of those injections with the next shipment I read with him. I don't mean to gloat, but my work has yielded impressive results. The introduction of my nanites has revived cells within the bone marrow samples, and they will continue to divide at a healthy rate. Moreover, the resultant growth continues to expand exponentially. It will soon be complex enough to allow for an initial biological analysis of the retrieved corpses. I managed to synthesize my very own PS-139 from the remains brought here for Baron. Watching the bioculture made sure fills me with pride and relief. It will mark my milestone achievement as one of the few I've managed since we first arrived chasing those signals. I also admit to some dark pleasure in knowing I was right to stay, despite Dr. Al-Kabu's attempts to replace me with Dr. Yamada. Unfortunately, although predictably, others are covetous of success. Due to shifting scope, the experiments and all relevant documentation will be reallocated and escalated. Baron will be taking ownership and the sample will be moved down to his lab. I doubt I'll get credit beyond a footnote. Fortunately, owing to my meticulous work progress, I have copies of my work that I'll be keeping. If Cayne isn't interested in giving credit where it is due, I'll find someone who is. I've made contact with an old friend on the mule. He is eager to share his findings with me. Listen here, you little bilge turd, to Sid Mason, who we haven't seen yet. I will personally report you to Baron if you improperly dispose of my no, that's the cook, yeah. Of my specimen again. I won't have the baseborn interfering with company business. I should have you thrown into the break. I demand to know who else was involved. Just don't freaking store your lab projects inside the cook's fridge. My god, is that difficult? As if working with His Highness Baron and his proctoheliosis problem wasn't bad enough, nothing functions properly in this floating rust bucket. They are all interfering weasels here. If Cayne catches a whiff of my side projects, there may be a problem. I've told my connection that our clock is now ticking. Mr. Cameron, I need you to hurry to my lab. The evacuation will wrap up within a few hours. Mule operations have concluded and the bell has been recalled. As such, you will be required to carry specific equipment aboard the Sebastian. I'm currently preoccupied with processing and collecting crucial documentation, but I have earmarked the relevant machines for your convenience. Consider this your apology to me for disposing of my core data samples. And oh yes, your friend squealed like a pig when I applied the right pressure. If admission of guilt is beyond your character, I imagine the promise of escaping several weeks of water and food rationing will be an appropriate motivator. This one was cloned to a device 000813AB. I scribbled the code to the Chimera mass storage unit on one of the reports and I cannot find it for my life. But not to worry, I have the research encoded on the data disk, which we have. I'm leaving this PDA as a backup should I return. Onward to a bright future. Okay, we have the data disk? No, we have a blank data disk. Chimera mass storage unit, and the code is scribbled on one of the reports. 180. Okay. Okay.
Charlie, what in Cayne is that?
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's ancient. And doesn't have anything to do with Cayne.
A large coin-shaped disc still dominates the side of the room. The quality with which the stone has been sculpted suggests it was made with modern-day equipment, though the numerous symbols emblazoned on the surface do not resemble any glyphs you recognize. With a genetic sequencer and documents, the long curtains of plastic sheeting surrounds the interior operating rooms or quarantine facilities. Neither association is a pleasant implication. A cage of carved bone wraps around a black monolith of unknown origin. It's a sarcophagus. Various documents and scrawled notes blanket portions of the workstation, otherwise populated by a collection of archaic occult textbooks, academic journals, and digital cassettes. Some X-ray slides. J77895 enclosed something. Okay, inside that there is a skeleton which doesn't look human. Interesting. That's what the X-rays say.
Huh. Look at these drawings.
I like
809.
They are pretty.
1809.
You and I have very different definitions of pretty, Bear.
The other one had 180 and was off the screen, and this is 809. So 1809 is what I think it's going on now. FFGHOX maybe. A volcanic we have only found on advanced instrument not known. There's some interesting pre-human civilization that they were apparently looking at. A genetic sequencer for whatever is in there. We don't have a data disk here. And now we need to put in a material, but it's here in the fridge. 1809. A chimera mass. I'm sure I saw the amorphous blob move. I suspect that they grew this from the bone marrow extract from that weird looking skeleton. Okay, this is getting copied to the disk. And we have an encoded data disk. Contains the genetic structure of the weird meat body thing, which we take with us. Hello, Mr. Friend. What I gave you. Isn't that looking good? Sticky fun. Hope would love to play with it. I want to spin this on my finger. Oh, he is so adorable. Is that here? Some sticky fun. And target data for the gun. Engage.
What the hell was that?
I opened the door.
A door? What'd you use, dynamite?
Guns are not toys, Mac.
He has a gun now?
What are you complaining about? He didn't shoot you.
Not yet.
I am a very smart bear now.
I want this. I want this. I want this. I want all of you. We have a functioning gun here. I would like to have some parts of that now. Has torn apart the elevator doors, providing access to the lab below. Let's go there. Ah!
I'm here, Charlie.
Good work, Moses. I need you to override the terminal inside the big metal ball. Can you do that?
I am a smart bear now.
Okay, we are a smart bear now. Let's override.
This place is not safe or happy. Children should not play here. This water is dark. I do not like water. In water you are powerless.
I know, little guy. I know. You can do it. You're brave and strong.
I am brave and strong.
Okay, he is trying to...
Connection secure. Attempting firewall override.
Security pre-checks complete. Bulkheads have been opened.
Charlie, computer says doors are open. I'm heading your way.
Okay, roger that.
Okay, cannot change to them, but we get to go with him through the bulkheads. Which bulkhead was upstairs? And to the right.
I'm inside. This place is leaking bad.
Seem intact?
It's solid. Cayne built it like they build everything. To last. Rig this size, there'd be a big crew. What happened?
What if they're stuck below?
Underwater? Wouldn't last long under pressure like that.
Depends on what's down there.
Just wanted to see whether he can rip it apart, because he has like the strength to rip stuff like that apart.
How long has that food been there, you think?
Don't know, hard to tell, with all the moisture. At least a few weeks.
Okay, we can now go through the door. Wait for him
Rest
to
in
react
peace,
to
Captain.
this.
May your mind reach the Nexus.
You really think he had a transcendence implant?
You never know.
Oh, transcendence to reach the Nexus. Interesting. That's something that I probably didn't properly remember. Interesting that they didn't skip this whole sequence. Like, he could have, I'm coming your way, and then it could have just blackouted to this, but instead we had to
Those
move
bodies. Maybe a shark attack?
Wounds are too uniform. Shark teeth rip the shit out of flesh.
Language, Mac.
What about that guy upstairs? The damage on him?
Yeah, that was something else.
There was some damage.
Intentional. Maybe someone lost it. You know, went psycho.
Yeah, that's how it looks. Are we going... Which way are we going? Apparently this way.
What in hell?
Have you ever?
No. Never.
I'm sorry, she's standing right here. Can I pry open the sarcophagus? I'm the heavy duty boy after all. Now there's nothing here that's... It's interesting, like they could have skipped this entire sequence, but they went with full-on realism and not like wasting any time. Okay. Good. This is exactly where we stop for now. Once we enter, we're going to use the bell to dive down, which will be the end of chapter 1. And we're going to see that sequence first thing tomorrow. Have a nice day. See you with that.